Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Heck Creative. This time we're going over the Venomized Miles Morales and Venomized GhostSpider from the Venom Pool Wave. Let's get to it. So here is Venomized GhostSpider out of the packaging, and I find that while she is a good figure, color-wise at least, I don't really like the sculpt too much. Let's go over her, shall we? Starting with the head. So the head is this sort of cowl hood kind of thing. I'm not really a big fan of it, because it kind of leads to this huge tongue that it's painted a little bit over here on this edge, but not really so much at the far end. It's kind of frustrating to me. You can't really pose it, you can't really do anything with it, and it just doesn't really make much sense. Her head, she can look kind of up and a little bit like this so far. Not too much at least. Down, she looks a fair amount. I think you could also pop her head off, which I haven't done yet, so let's try that. Taking that off, the head's actually glued to the cowl, so again, that's kind of, oh well. I wish I could have a just plain old no venomized mouth head thing on this. And looking at the head just on its own, the paint's very spotty, very sloppy. It's definitely not intentional at all. I mean, right here, it's way offline, and that's just really frustrating to me. I appreciate the concept and execution and stuff like this, but not really my kind of thing. I mean, the eyes are kind of, I don't know, they're painted pretty well, but the teeth aren't, and it just doesn't really make much sense to me, at least. So with this garish, ugly head out of the way, let's take a look at the body, where it's standard articulation. You have this jacket that's a add-on piece. It looks great. I love it. I like the spikes up here. We could use this for something else. This is kind of askew here. It's kind of not really that great back here, but I like these. That's pretty nice. The paint over here and the paint on this is pretty solid, at least. Very poorly painted figure, but I mean, where it kind of counts, it kind of hits the mark. Sure, why not? It's my lowest rated figure for this whole line. Oh my gosh, this neck peg is really small. They gotta fix that and change it up. This little hole right here is probably for somebody too. I'm not sure. So going back to this, the articulation goes up, goes around all the way. You get an elbow joint that's 90 degrees. It doesn't really go up that much, so oh well. The wrist hinges up and down and swivels around. You can move this diaphragm joint right here. The chest joint, it's on a little ball peg thing. It kind of swivels around, goes down this much, goes back this much. You can split the legs this much and rotate the. You can go up this much like here, down this much right here. Rotate at the thigh. Knee doesn't really hit the butt. Rotate the calf all the way around. Down, up, pivot. 2 peg holes at the bottom of the feet. I like the feet, by the way. They're kind of weird. They have this like spike on the, you can just sort of like, you could kick someone and just stab them at the same time. But not my real favorite figure of the wave by a long shot. It's good, but it's not like great. It needs a lot of work. The tongue is very weird. Probably capture characters with it. Like, let's take the other Gwen, for instance, bringing her in here. This is how she normally would look if she was not venomized. I kind of like it. I can get it. I can dig it. I wish that this was black and this was. It'd be cool if this was blue. You know, the black here being blue. They redid Gwen and made her a dark blue instead of black. That'd be interesting. But yeah, you can have like her capture somebody, and that's kind of interesting and cool. You know, weird. This is a weird mirror kind of thing, but yeah, I mean, it kind of works when you have her with another figure. She works way better when she's with other figures, when she can capture them with her tongue. That's a really kind of cool concept. I've always liked the fact that characters, instead of like hitting, they capture. So that's pretty cool and nice. But let's move on to the next. Venomized GhostSpider stands at about 5 3/4 inches tall. Here is Venomized GhostSpider next to Emma Frost, Rogue, Gwenpool, Ultimate Spider-Man, Tony Stark, and Chameleon. Here is Venomized GhostSpider standing next to GhostSpider and Jesse Heck Creative. Hashtag VenomGwenGarbage. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. So Venomized Miles is much better. I think he could work as a nice little drone if you get a bunch of him, but there's a different figure for that I have in mind. He's a dark gray and he's red, which is pretty cool. Kind of a gunmetal-y, kind of bluish gray. It looks really nice. So going with his head, it looks really cool. I love this. Very, big bottom jaw, big eyes, very sculpted veins, very painted very well. Not as bad as Gwen's, but they're really good. I mean, honestly, it looks really nice. Head goes up this much, down this much, swivels around. Awesome, perfect. Paint on it is really nice. I'd go through a few to find good paint, but he was really cool. The arms are really nicely sculpted too. They have veins on them that aren't painted over here, which is kind of weird, but it's a nice addition at least. It adds kind of a muscle texture in a way. It goes up, goes down, it swivels right here at the bicep, goes up over here, like it's taking a phone call. It goes up and down on the wrist hinge and swivels around. These are not articulated claws, but they are really cool. I love this look on them. Goes down like that. The chest goes crunchity crunch to the bottom. Back really far. Really nice articulation on this guy. The spider symbol is really cool on this thing right here. Looks really neat. Really neat. On the back, looks pretty cool as well. Different kind of spider symbol that we've seen, I think. Looks really good. The waist swivels all the way around, as is usual with Marvel Legends figures. The legs go out this much, in this much, up this much, down this much, back. The swivels at the thigh goes up like this, and it does touch the butt, which is cool. It goes around like this on the calf, and his leg can go all the way around too. Goes up and up like this far, down this far, and swivels at the ankle pivot with 2 peg holes. Oh, there aren't. No peg holes. That's a weird kind of shame. You can't really put anything on the bottom, but you certainly can clamp him to something, have him, in a flying, lunging pose. That's really cool. I really like this figure a lot. He has a lot of good potential, and I'm just really proud that he's a good figure for Miles, the scary Miles. We have the other Miles too here. That's really nice. They look good together. I kind of like the color differentiation way more than Gwen. That's pretty cool. Looks really nice here, these two. I like him a lot. I like Miles. I like Miles a lot as a character. After Spider-Verse, the movie, I'm on board. Good character. Their spider symbols are kind of the same. This one's huge. This one's a little smaller. Yeah, similar symbols, similar sort of everything. Well, it's the same character, but I mean, yeah, it looks pretty cool. I wish that, I do have a complaint. They should be a little black and red instead of just, sort of carrying over from the figure. There's a little, I don't know, it's too much red, but it kind of makes sense, but just a little nitpick here and there. But it's a great figure overall. Venomized Miles stands at about 5.5 inches tall. Here's Venomized Miles Morales next to Emma Frost, Rogue, Gwenpool, Ultimate Spider-Man, Tony Stark, and Chameleon. Here's Venomized Miles next to regular Miles and Jesse Heck Creative. Make sure to save some for me on the way down. I'll get half and you get half. So overall, I'm not really a big fan of these figures, yet I appreciate what they have going for them. Miles has the head, hands, and feet. They're awesome, yet the rest of him is reuse, and a lot of gray and not too much red. Gwen is a lot of reuse as well, yet the pieces she does provide, the new ones, don't really work out that well, at least in the regards to that huge giant tongue. They can't really do much except for trap characters maybe, and I don't understand the reasoning behind the lack of color on her. The white, even though she has sporadic white parts around her with the teal on her feet, it doesn't make much sense at least, and that cowl hood tongue thing has got to go. But I appreciate Miles being a step in the right direction, but Gwen, I think, needs a major redesign. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Heck Creative. Feel free to click like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment. You can also visit us at jesseheckcreative.com, where you'll find more reviews like this one. Thanks again for watching and keep being creative. Stay tuned.